You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
It is the last day of January. Happy January 31st. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. In the studio with me is the rock star, Kevin Shields. And boy, do we have a first hour on this Wednesday morning for you. We've got a conversation with David Yara. We'll look at some of his work, as well as Gretchen had a conversation with an excellent photographer, Vail Vibes, plus much more. So hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. Get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to Good Morning Vail. Like Kim pointed out, it is the last day of January, so get out there and make the best of it because the weather is going to be absolutely beautiful today. Getting up today, 24 degrees, a high of 46. Very, very unseasonable for this time of year, but 46 degrees, so you can get out there and enjoy. The slopes are fast, from what I've heard, so get out there and have some fun on the ski slopes. 24 getting up today, like I said, but the higher temperatures are going to be coming in between noon and 4 p.m., so get out there. You don't need to layer up too much today with those higher temperatures, but you get out there and just enjoy that sunshine while we still have it, because things are going to change just in a minute. Beautiful sunshine day in Denver, 66 degrees, Vail 46, 47 degrees in Avon, and 48 over in Eagle. With all that sunshine coming out tonight, going to be a low of 19 degrees. Things are going to start to cool off just a little bit. Looking at that sun setting at 5:24 p.m. So coming in today, it was so nice coming in, looking from the west. The sunshine coming up over the mountain, so it's coming up a little bit sooner, making those days just a little bit longer, but the sunshine is absolutely incredible out there. Again, tomorrow, 45 degrees, but those 40s are going to start to come down as we look at Friday. 90% chance of snowfall coming in on Friday, Saturday, same thing, and Sunday. So we're coming into this beautiful weekend, looking at the snow showers coming in, add some more snowfall to what we've got already built up out there on the mountains. And Kim and I always promised if we get to 100% over in Vail, we're going to have a 100% party. So let's look and see what's going on. Nothing reported over the last 48 hours in Beaver Creek. 135 inches for the season. 40-inch base, so a lot to get out there and enjoy. 25 lifts are spinning, 163 trails, 73% of the terrain open in Beaver Creek. So it keeps edging up over there in Beaver Creek. Really nice to see that. Nothing again reported over in Vail in the last 48 hours. 165-inch season total, 50-inch base depth. 30 lifts are open, 277 trails, 99. We're almost there, Kim.
I think next week the party's happening.
Oh my gosh. You know, just a little bit of snowfall over the weekend. It's going to start.
And then, you know, hopefully by your Wednesday appearance on Good Morning Vail, it's time for the party.
100%. We're going to get there.
We are going to get there. Speaking of going fast on the slopes, you had a race this weekend.
I had a race this weekend. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Great World Championship qualifier, and it went extremely well.
Did you go fast?
I went fast.
The
track was fast. No snow, but the track was fast.
Well, do you want to share with the people?
Yeah,
How did it go?
I qualified for the USA team.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So I had a little party on, Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday were national races, but goal accomplished. Check the box.
Well, I am in the midst of greatness, and it feels awesome to be here on this Wednesday morning edition.
I'm a little sore, but we made it through.
Well, you've got a fun conversation happening in the first hour.
Absolutely.
New cast of a movie on Peacock.
Unbelievable movie.
It's gonna be great.
I was going through watching some of the scenes yesterday, and it's absolutely unbelievable. I can't wait to hear from the cast what they had to do to research and get all the things, information to do this movie. But Unbelievable.
Well, they don't know that they'll be speaking with a world-class athlete.
World-class athlete. They're not going to know that. They probably won't care because they're stars.
I think they're going to care. I think they're going to care. But man, it's going to be a fun show today. We've got lots of different conversations happening around lifestyle and health and arts and entertainment. So
Yeah.
buckle up. Let's go. It's a Wednesday morning, the last day of January.
Last day. Enjoy it. Make the
Enjoy
best.
it. You know, take every moment in because time flies when you're having fun, and we sure do have fun here on the couch.
We do.
We do. But we'll be right back with more after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Before we get started into the full swing, today is Inspire Your Heart with Art Day. And in this first hour, we have several conversations with photographers and artists about their work and how you can feel inspired. So let's take a look at this first one.
Welcome back to the show. We're standing here in the beautiful C. Anthony Gallery with one of the most collected contemporary photographers in the world, and that's David Yarrow. Thank you so much for being here to chat with you.
It's great to be here. I know it's a very special place, Beaver Creek, and coming here in Vail, we meet so many old friends. So it's not work. It's great fun to come up here.
Well, we love when you come up here, only because your work is so phenomenal. You're taking our galleries by storm right now, and we've got so many incredible pieces around us, but you've really created a brand for yourself. So who is David Yarrow?
David Yarrow is a Scotsman in the late summer of his life. trying finally to make an honest living. He is a father, and my son's with me now, and we collaborate with many great Americans, and it's an honor to work with some of the people that we work with, and it's an honor to work with some of the galleries that we work with. I have been a photographer for probably 40 years. I started taking first paid pictures when I was 17.
Wow.
So it's when people say you've been an overnight success, I say, well, not really. It's been 40 years, and there've been a lot of bumps on the road. But there's been a constancy and a determination to create art that engages people. And I think maybe my mother was an artist, and I learned a lot from what she got right and a lot what she got wrong. But I think artists should maybe think a little bit more about what the buyer is looking for. And we're very focused on what people want rather than what we can necessarily take.
Which I think you do such a great job of capturing all of these incredible pieces, and you've done such a wonderful job throughout your entire career because you have so many different varieties, but you've really been focusing on this theme of the West. So what kind of drew you to the West?
Well, I think Taylor Sheridan's also very focused on the West at the moment with 1883 and the new series, and I think the second half of the 19th century in your country is the greatest story ever told. Partly because of the characters, the character-rich people, and partly because it was played out against the most extraordinary landscapes and backdrops, and Colorado being a case in point because you have these extraordinary canyons, box canyons like Telluride and Creed that we love to film in. So it's the character richness of the second half of the 19th century that allows you, as a storyteller, you've got so much material to play with.
Well, so what helped you discover America West as you were kind of starting this inspiration in all of these great works of art, because we have so many of them around us right now?
I think all artists, they copy, they get ideas from seeing the work of others. I remember when we filmed in Telluride, we were very conscious of the fact that Tarantino shot The Hateful Eight very close to where we're filming. So inevitably, you go and watch it, and you go and watch it again. He himself said that artists tend to have very few original ideas. You get thrown ideas from the things that you see. And I think there is so much potential still. Colorado, Montana, Texas, Wyoming, they're all places that we feel that we haven't really done more than scratch the surface of.
There are some incredible places to shoot here, and we're always so lucky when we have you in our community taking some great pictures. Now, your work has been insanely successful throughout the U.S. Now, you've worked with some very large icons, and so who has been kind of the biggest standout to you and why?
Well, we're photographing with a very big icon next week, but we can't say who it is right now, other than the fact I think New Yorkers are very fond of him. I guess here looking around, I mean, I've worked with Cindy Crawford a lot, and she is a true icon, and my team all think that she is the best of the best in terms of professionalism, charm, the way she treats people, and she's a beautiful person inside as well as out. So it's and when you work with the best like that, it keeps you on the top of your game, which I like to be, but I don't want to go backwards. But we've also worked with a load of people from the world of Hollywood and sport. And, you know, I know Russell's not had the greatest of seasons at the Broncos, but I think there are many people other than Russell that would probably take a bit of responsibility for that. But he's been great to work with as well.
Which is so cool, and it gives you so many wonderful opportunities. Now let's talk a little bit more about the philanthropy side of things, because you are a very large philanthropist and you're very involved with your work, and you make sure your work is very involved with it. So can you give us some more information on that?
I think it just gives an added purpose to what we do. It also allows me to work with people perhaps that I wouldn't get the access to if I just said, here's a project that's purely for financial gain. Whereas we turn around and say, here's a project whereby we could give $1 million back to a pediatric cancer hospital or something like that, I think it encouraged them to get involved in something that's slightly different. I think also for everyone, it doesn't matter whether you're your age or my age, I think contextuality is important. We're very blessed being in a ski resort like this on a beautiful day, but there are people that are far less fortunate than us, and spending time with them, I think, lends contextuality to what you do, and humility. I'm Yeah, I'm an artist, but I'm a father first and foremost. That's the most important thing for me.
And I loved seeing your son come in with you. You guys both had gigantic smiles on your faces. He's here helping you set up everything.
Because when we were coming through, there was someone giving a critique of the work inside, and they didn't know that the artist was walking past, and they went, "Yeah, the pictures are well, whatever, but the sculptures are really good." So we thought that was very entertaining. And everyone's entitled to a view.
Right. Well, sometimes you catch those right at the right moment, and you get them as you're walking into your own gallery show.
My middle name's going to be whatever now. It's like they're whatever.
Now, you just released a new book, so can you give us some more information about the new book, what people can expect from it, and where people can find it?
Well, hopefully not on eBay from the people that bought it last night, but hopefully you can get it in Barnes & Noble. You can get it obviously on Amazon. You can get it here where it's going to be signed. The proceeds, it's all for charity. You know, books, there's no money in books unless you write about wizards or werewolves or pasta. It's like a nice business card, but if it helps raise money as well. It's a book of stories. I'm a storyteller. And it's just a collection of stories of some of the photographs we've taken.
Which I think is so cool. Now, I do want to ask you, because you are known for selling such incredible pieces of art. You've curated such a collection. Now, you've had pieces sell for up to $100,000. What's next for you?
I got to get some sleep. I'm Scottish, and our rugby team have a very important rugby match tomorrow, so I'm going to be scrambling around trying to find somewhere. And I know it's not on here, but we'll find a way to watch that at 8 o'clock. We're always, you know, being an artist is a journey. It's the journey that matters. It's not the final destination. I don't know what I'm going to be photographing in a year's time, but there'll be a journey. I didn't know what I would be photographing last week, a year ago. So, but the key thing is always to be authentic and try and do different stuff. I'm not quite sure where we'll be in 3 months' time, but I know where we'll be in the next 6 to 8 weeks, and we've got some exciting projects in New York next week.
Well, we're excited to see those upcoming projects. Now, if you had to give one piece of advice to a younger David Yarrow right now, what would you say to him?
One piece of advice. I think the most important thing of advice I give to every aspiring photographer is make sure no one can be a bigger critic of your work than yourself. To be really tough on yourself. We're very tough on ourselves. You know, last year, I don't think had a particularly good year creatively. I think maybe I took 4 strong pictures. And this year, I've taken 2 so far this year. So if we can do 5 a year, I see too many people using their website as a sort of photo dump, and they go away for a week to somewhere and they put 100 pictures on Are you really saying that every hour you take a picture the world needs to see? That's exceptional. You must be exceptionally talented to do that. So our goal is 5 pictures in a year. And the other thing I think is to read and research. And when I was 20, by the time I was 25, I knew the business model of every relevant contemporary photographer in the world. That was my job, just to understand what they were getting right and what they were getting wrong. Ansel Adams, your most famous photographer, said photography is about the work of others. Learning from the work of others, seeing things you like and things you don't like. Photography is not about a camera, it's about your heart. I think too many people obsess about camera settings and camera manuals. My biggest fear is, you know, one of these events, some camera geek asks me a question about 285 of the manual, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So I'm much more, it's all about your heart and your soul. It's not about the piece of metal in front of you.
Which I think is so important. Now, we've got some great images around us right now and some very well curated images around us. And so can you tell me just a little bit more about what the curation process is like?
Well, if you're in charge of staging a picture, so there's no element of spontaneity, it is beholden on you to have a compositional balance. And if you're trying to use one picture, 1/250th second to tell a story, you've got to make every part of the frame sweat. So you've got to make sure there's no tension points, that every part of the picture has a role to play in telling a story. So if you carefully compose a picture, it's almost like you've got to have a surgeon's eye for detail. which is a long way from where I started photographing sport or skiing, like up here, where it's more spontaneous. You're capturing a moment, but you're taking a picture rather than making a picture. I make pictures, and I'm very unapologetic about that. I think if you're simply taking a picture, there's an extent to which it might not be art, because art does involve a degree of preconception. Whereas if it's just capturing something that happens in front of your camera, there hasn't, by definition, been that preconception. That doesn't mean it can't be a great picture, but the creative process is fairly stunted because there hasn't been a preconception behind it.
Which I think is so cool, and I think it's so incredible to have you here in our community joining us, giving us all this great information. David Yarrow,
You're very kind.
a legend here in Beaver Creek at the C. Anthony Gallery. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and giving us all this great information, and thank you for the inspiration that you carry through all your work.
Bless you. You're very kind. Thank you.
Make sure that you make your way up to the C. Anthony Gallery. You check out his incredible artwork because there are so many amazing pieces throughout our community, and you can definitely find a bunch of them up here at the C. Anthony Gallery. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who had worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail as we end up January with art that warms the heart. Our very own Gretchen, who's always out there interviewing athletes at the X Games and all the big sporting events, gets to sit down with a photographer that photographs all the art of movement. Let's take a look.
I am very, very thrilled about this. I have a dear friend and photographer extraordinaire, Milo Gladstein. How are you doing, Milo?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, it's so good to see you. See you in, well, I almost said in real life, but see you over the video, you know.
I know, we only get to see each other once or twice a year, but it's so good to be here, and thanks for having me.
Of course. So Milo, just so we can let everyone know, Milo and I met years ago. Was it X Games or Dew Tour?
I think it was Dew Tour at first, and then X Games Dew Tour every year after that.
Yeah, and Milo, I know you are very humble, but you are an amazing, phenomenal photographer. How did you get started? I don't even know. This is great for me to find out as a friend as well. How did you get started taking pictures? Because you are insanely talented.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much always had a camera in my hand. I got started in kind of the street photography vein and moved into other things like outdoor sports and things like that, adventure sports, whitewater rafting. I've been a climber for 10 years, almost. So kind of always been taking out the camera, climbing and stuff. And I'm still a student at Colorado State University and found my way into a media and society class, and they told me about the student newspaper, the Rocky Mountain Collegian, and the newsroom is in the basement of the student center, and I kind of always joke that I walked into the basement and I never walked out, and here I am all these years later. So
that is brilliant. And you're actually the photo director, right, of the Collegian magazine.
Yeah, so this year I'm co-photo director with my good friend Garrett Mogul. We both took over, so we're running the whole visual side of the paper, which has been an absolute blast, and we have such an incredible staff, and it's been really great to really try to curate the best news possible for the Fort Collins community.
Well, I have to tell you, one of my favorite things, truly, and I'm not just saying this because we're friends, of the X Games, of Dew Tour, of all these events that we're so blessed to get to go and hang out together, is seeing your photos behind the scenes at the media tent, because they are insanely amazing. Oh, there we go. There's one of my favorites. Do you want to talk a little bit about the photo?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of for me, being able to go to Dew Tour and X Games is kind of a dream come true. I've always loved snowboarding and obsessed over every snowboarding movie as a kid.
Yeah.
And specifically, I mean, this image of Zeb Powell is probably one of my favorites that I've taken. And the first year I applied for Dew Tour, I had no intention of getting it as, you know, a kid on student media, and I got the credential and went and just had the best time ever, surrounded by all these incredible athletes who are also incredible people. I never thought I'd meet, that I just always saw through the computer screen on movies and stuff. And so this image in particular was at X Games this past year, of Zeb on top of right before he dropped in for the Knuckle Huck event. And that was fantastic.
And I have to say about Zed, because, you know, I got to interview him and I adore him. This is a soft side of him that we're seeing in this photo. You captured a moment, because he is a teddy bear, and not everyone knows that. That captures his energy, his beauty. He is just a love. I adore him.
Yeah, he is fantastic. This was the image I wanted to walk away with, and happened to have the opportunity on top of the Knuckle Huck, and everything kind of just came together in the middle of a snowstorm, and yeah, it was.
I love it.
Incredible.
All right, I want you to walk us through your photos. Is that cool? And kind of tell us about each one.
Yeah,
Put you on the
absolutely.
spot here. All right, let's do it.
Cool. This one was super fun. This was also from X Games. You know, kind of got a lot of the standard shots, as we call them. We go out and get the safe shots first. We know which images need to be published and things like that. And then we kind of go for the more fun stuff. So these were really fun because I laid on the snow with my head against the big air jump kicker, and basically just had to wait and time it based on what all the other photographers were doing. So you could kind of, almost like Formula One, you could see everybody's head snap up and kind of just trying to get it right at that right moment of just the skier framed against the sky, which is incredible.
I dig it. That is so awesome. I love it. Oh, I like this too.
Yeah, this one's really fun. This was at night on the Super Pipe, and this was one of the images I've been trying to get for a long time, trying to position myself to frame the riders right in between the two lights with the X Games logo against the black sky.
Oh,
it's one of those like perfect nights that was just clear, I mean, as can be. And was just trying to capture that just raw, super clean, huge method, and was really stoked to be able to capture that.
Are those stars that you can see as well in the background?
I'm not sure.
That's dope. Oh, it's so cool. Milo, I dig it. That's awesome. Right on. I mean, I don't seem shocked because I know you and I get to see these all the time, but these are brilliant. Absolutely. Oh, Burton, we need to send that to our buddies over at Burton. That's dope. I love that.
Yeah, again, this was really fun. I think this one was at Dew Tour, or maybe X Games. I can't remember actually. But this one was really fun. Just had a really wide angle lens and kind of was actually a lot of these happened to be as I was moving position, and the rider happened to kind of pop up over the edge right in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is also one of my favorites. Just you can feel the size of the pipe and how high the rider is in the air. I mean, I love this photo.
Well, and I should add too, a lot of people don't understand, but Milo, like you get a perspective, and we do as media, to see it in a different way, to see these events, and it's pretty special because the human, everyone else that's going as a spectator really doesn't get to see these kind of moments. I mean, they see them, but in a different way, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really special to kind of be on the pipe, be
Right.
on the knuckle as these athletes are doing their thing, which is just incredible to watch. And you get a whole other side of things that you would never see otherwise. And
So
it's
wild.
cool to kind of feel like you're almost part of the action in that sense.
100%. And as we look at some more of your photo, okay, I'm going to totally be quiet because I know you were so stoked about this particular photo. You ran back to the media tent, and yeah, tell us all about this.
Yeah, so this was actually kind of a coincidence. I think the day before this was at Dew Tour this past year. This is Sylvia. She rides for the German team and has been just an incredible athlete for them for many, many years. And she walked up to me during one of the open practices as I was taking photos and stuff, and was like, "Hey, can you take some photos for me?" And I said, "Sure." And ended up shooting for her for most of Dew Tour this year, which was great. But it was funny because this was another one of kind of just happened to be walking by each other at that time that she snapped her board. And she's like, "Oh, can we do a photo?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have a great idea. Let's go over to the side." And I really wanted to capture her with the broken board and wanted to focus on the broken board, but kind of just with her eyes peeking out and kind of really personality in that.
I love it. I remember when you showed me that, and I was like, okay, I have another job for you. You're gonna be the new photographer for all the modeling as well, because product placement, man. You're really good at that. I'm impressed.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Oh, what is this one? I dig it.
This one was really fun. This was this kind of goes along the vein of getting safe shots first and then moving into more fun stuff afterwards. This was at round, I believe it was 16 of the Arena Cross Championship in Loveland, Colorado.
Right on.
And this was an assignment I had kind of found for the paper and was like, "Hey, this is cool. We've never really covered anything in this vein." So went to go cover this, and this was really fun to play with some motion blur shots. And this one came out really, really good. And it took probably a good hour to try to figure out
how
I wanted this to be, and that the guys flying through the air in the back really adds to that. So
and I want to say too, I know that a lot of people just think, oh, photography, you point your camera. There's so much you've taught me. I've watched you the past couple of years. There's so much more that goes into it, and it's a true form of artwork. I mean, really, you have to have the eye, you have to know the equipment, you have to know the movement, all of it. I mean, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. A lot of the time we end up my buddy Garrett and I's joke is we always end up sprawled out on the ground, underneath things of about to get run over all the time. I mean, I've been run over by many different things many times. It's just a blast.
I remember at Dew Tour, you guys, because we love hanging out, and I was with you guys, and I forget what you were shooting, but someone was like, "What are they doing?" You were on your knees, on your back, and I'm like, "Those are my homies. They're good. They're doing their thing. Let them be."
Yeah, that sounds about right. We're always kind of in weird positions.
Yeah, but you get the best product, so it works. And that last picture, was that the agricultural food waste story?
Yeah, it was. So this was a really good example of taking a local story and kind of a one-off story and making it, you kind of stumble into things as a journalist that you wouldn't really know about otherwise. So this woman in the photo is Jennifer Seywald, and she owns a local hard cider bar here in Fort Collins.
Right on.
And we just did a quick, we were doing a beer themed edition of the paper, and we did a quick thing about cider for cider versus beer kind of a thing. And in talking to her, she told me all about how she got a grant from the USDA to build a mobile juicing trailer that she now takes all over the state of Colorado and juices what are known as seconds. So this is fruit that would never make it to market if it weren't for Jennifer was doing it, would be thrown in the trash. And so she supports local agriculture through juicing all this fruit that wouldn't make it to market. And she takes that juice and gives it to local distilleries, things like that, and then brings the rest of it back up to Fort Collins, where she distills it into hard cider and then sells it through her company. And she contributes over $1 million back into the Colorado agriculture system every year, single-handedly, basically keeping all of these local farmers in business.
That is amazing. That is so beautiful. And I love that you captured her spirit and her energy in that picture. What a beautiful smile. And you can tell she really loves what she's doing. That's pretty special.
Oh, yeah. She always has a smile on her face. I mean, as
wow. Look at that. Wow. Milo, that's dope.
She's incredible. She's a fantastic woman, and built this company from the ground up all on her own, basically. Started just here in Fort Collins and then expanded to going to farms all over the state, and I'm sure she intends to expand that throughout the country as well if possible.
How cool. That is so beautiful. I love that. And then I think we have maybe at the end a rodeo picture. Oh, no, I was wrong. We don't. We have another one. No, it's all good. What is this? Well, I know what it is, but who is this?
So this is the bass player for the Psychedelic Porn Crumpets band.
Right
they are an awesome psychedelic rock band out of Australia. They came here to Fort Collins, I think 2 weeks ago now, or a week ago. They just blew the doors off the place. I mean, they sold out our local theater on a Tuesday night, which was awesome.
That's awesome. I love that. I love it. Oh, wow. That's a cool shot.
This is another one from them. They're incredible. It was a blast. I do quite a bit of concert photography around here, shoot for a lot of the local bands, and it's really fun and kind of one of the places I get to be most artistic just because of light and things like that.
And that's perfect, Milo. This is a good transition because I was going to say the difference between your photography when you're doing shows, like going and seeing music versus outdoor nature, is it night and day, right? I'm only assuming.
Yeah, it's a very different thing. I think now that I've settled into shooting concerts, it's become a lot calmer and more of like a familiar kind of almost brain scrub, but also the place that I get to be most artistic.
Cool.
Again, because of all the lights and colors and everything happening, it just is fantastic to be able to just have complete artistic freedom, which is amazing.
I love that. I love that so much. I am so inspired by all of these pictures. And what are you working at present day? Oh, here we go. That's the one.
Yeah, so this is, I threw this image in here to show because this, again, kind of similar to the Peach story. I currently am working on a rodeo story that was born out of a story that was done. I didn't write the original story that this photo was taken for. I did the photos for the story, and it was done about the CSU rodeo team.
Oh, right on.
I grew up about as far away from the sport of rodeo as you possibly can. This was the first interaction I had ever had with anybody in the sport of rodeo, and I took this photo. I actually have it printed and hanging on my wall.
I love it.
But I realized a couple months later that I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and there was more to be done in this world, in the world of Western life and rodeo, and so reached out to one of the contacts I had through taking photos for the story, and ended up being launched into a whole world for the last, I believe it's been 9 months now.
Oh, wow.
And hoping to finish the story up in January for it to run at the National Western Stock Show.
Cool.
And basically following the theme of what does it mean to be a true cowboy.
Nice.
So really, really excited to be kind of wrapping that up in the next couple months.
Milo, you're amazing. How cool. Thank you for taking us through your photo journey, literally, all the things. So I know you're working on that, and I wish we had some more time, but what are you the most stoked coming up to do?
I think right now, just trying to finish school, graduate, figure out my next steps. Obviously, finishing the rodeo project is my main focus right now. I'm really, really excited for that. And I've kind of branched out more for that. I'm doing photos, writing, and a documentary as well. So
awesome.
I think that's what I'm most excited about at the moment.
Well, Milo Gladstein, we adore you here on Good Morning Vail. Thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see you soon due to our next games right around the corner.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me, Gretchen. Always great talking to you.
So good seeing you, and we will talk to you again soon.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. As we end out January, let's take a look at some of this weather coming in. 24 degrees as you get up today. Look at that high, 46 degrees. Light and variable winds coming out of the west, so not a lot happening as far as weather changes, but that warm temperature is there to stay for just a little while. So a lot of nice temperatures. 24 degrees getting up today. Like I said, those warmer temperatures coming in after noon. So we're going to see things really start to heat up and get a little steamy out there. 66 and sunny in Denver, 46 in Vail, 47 in Avon, and 48 over in Eagle. So we got a lot of spring type temperatures out there right now. Tonight's going to be a low of 19 degrees again. Light winds coming out of the east now, 5 to 10 miles per hour. So partly cloudy as we move in, kind of change things as we move into this 5-day forecast. Again, tomorrow going to look very nice. Thursday, 45 degrees. The high temperatures are going to start to taper off just a little bit coming into Friday, where we're going to see a little bit of snowfall. So another storm kind of coming this way that's going to give us some more precipitation and snow showers coming in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we kind of see those mid-30s, that perfect snowfall temperature as we move through the weekend, and then into Monday, that 43 degrees. No snowfall reported in Beaver Creek over the last 48 hours, 135-inch total for the season, 40-inch base, so a lot of snowfall out there to really enjoy in Beaver Creek. And again, some more terrain opening up, 73% with 25 lifts turning, 163 trails open. So a lot over there in Beaver Creek. As we go over to Vail, again, nothing reported in the last 48 hours. They've got a 50-inch base, so again, a lot to go over there. 99% of the terrain in Vail Mountain, they've got 30 lifts turning, 277 trails. So a lot open over there in Vail. We're waiting for that 100% mark to where we can really have that party and enjoy all that going on. Well, now we've got a great series coming in, an unbelievable story that's on Peacock. And we've got the star of that show coming in to talk a little bit about how that show originated and really a lot of what is going on there, because there's so many different levels that this story, that this show can hit on. So welcome to the show. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. I tell you, when I look at Bosco and that story, unbelievable. I mean, the whole premise behind the prison escape and what went behind that with getting out. But the story goes much deeper than that. It talks, it's about someone not growing up without a father. It's about just the life in general. And I love one of the lines in the story where freedom is a state of mind. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's more than just about it. The backstory is more than just about a guy growing up without a father. It's a guy who's determined to be a father and to get home to his unborn child so that he can be such. And freedom is a state of mind because it's something that you find within. And I found it in solitary confinement. Sometimes it's about digging deep down inside and finding your meaning and purpose and using and doing what you can for the sake of humanity, where you find your meaning and purpose. And that's, to me, that's freedom.
Absolutely. And relentless it's not even a term that really defines what happened here. Escaping a prison, enduring everything that goes on. And let's not even mention right now the possession charge, which now with marijuana is legal in a majority of the states. So a possession like that, being put in prison and fighting back. Yeah,
Prison for 35 years for something that is pretty much essentially legal in most states across the United States. It was a heartbreaking experience. I persevered. It was fuel and determination, and it motivates me today to use my voice and my experience to help prevent other people from going through that.
So what are you doing now with that, with what you endured and what you went through? How are you out there today expressing your voice even more beyond this film? Because I know you're such a passionate person. How are you going out there and expressing to others what you went through and how to get through some of the sufferings maybe they're enduring right now?
I think the message that I want to give out there is to show people what I've been through, but also to show people what I'm doing now, and to show how, when given an opportunity, many people who are in prison or who come from underprivileged communities can actually do something great. And I want to be that light. I want to be that inspiration to people from those communities and people from other communities who can help lend a hand to support people from such communities.
Yeah, to hear that there's life after prison. A lot of people, when they're incarcerated, going through this, maybe they've given up. And this is such a wonderful message to leave. There is something more. There is something out there. What did you have to do as far as your role in writing the script and participating in everything that went on to deliver that message of what you went through?
Phone calls, talking with this guy here and the director while I was in prison, and this bonding so that they can understand my passion and my vision. And they made it easy for me. I mean, this is the next Denzel Washington right here.
Yep.
And so he just pretty much took it and ran with it.
So what did you do when you got that? When you got the phone calls and it had to hit hard to your heart. How did you transcribe those conversations into what we're seeing on the screen?
I think, anytime you're playing somebody that actually lived through something, there's a lot of responsibility there. So my biggest thing was just making sure that I really focused on the impact that having a daughter like meant to him, and how inspired he was to get out just to be there in her life, because it's something that he didn't really have growing up, and that's something that I can relate to as well. But other than that, Bosco made it super easy for me because he trusted me from the jump. Like he really showed me that I had all of his trust, and that he wanted me to play the role. So that made it a little bit more easy for me, and I'm really happy with what we got done.
And Aubrey, you really have to feel about that trust, because I'm sure from Bosco's standpoint, there wasn't a lot of trust to give at that point. Everything that he endured, probably the trust bucket was empty. And to give you that trust is unbelievable. So what a monumental task and way to deliver it for Peacock on this.
It meant the world. It meant the world. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for joining us this morning in Vail, Colorado, telling the story, and I'm going to have all the viewers tune into Peacock to see this unbelievable, just mind-blowing, very emotional series and show that you've got coming out. So you're going to have a lot of people cheering you on for years to come. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate the support.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you. What an emotional show. You've got to tune into that. Unbelievable what they went through, the enduring, the tenacity that happened there. But looking at Bosco and everything that he did, I'm sure you'll enjoy that show. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We have a segment on the show called Vail Vibes. And Avija is out there in the community checking out everything new, up and coming, and going on. So she is definitely in the know. So she is out in a bar called Gambit at the Sebastian, seeing what is happening there in the transition taking place at the Sebastian. Let's take a look and see what Avija finds out.
It might be chilly outside, but inside here at the Sebastian Hotel is a cozy new bar where you can take a break from the winter chill.
There's a new hot spot in town. The former Frost Bar went from icy to cozy and is relaunched as the Gambit Bar. Located inside the Sebastian Hotel, the new lounge is warm, intimate, and inviting. This is John D'Angelo, the general manager at the Sebastian. When he's not helping out in the bar, you may catch him by the entrance making hot, fresh stroopwafels.
Amazing.
He says the Gambit Bar has been a huge success so far.
I just could not be more happy with the first month of the Gambit Bar. It's it's a chess move, it's a clever risk, it's talking to someone you haven't spoken to before, maybe trying a drink you haven't tried before.
Speaking of drinks you may never have tried before, the Gambit's cocktails are a reflection of the hotel's priceless art collection.
There's a lot of beautiful artwork in the hotel, from Leonora Carrington to Emilio Plasencia Garcia to Alejandro Marti, who was the owner of this hotel, who passed away in July. We named a drink after him, and we named a drink after Leonora Carrington. It's Don Alejandro, which is a Scotch drink, and the Carrington Club, which is a tequila drink. We literally took a picture of their art and printed it on rice paper, and we floated on top of the drink. And it's been a huge seller. Also, our cherry smoked old fashioned was our biggest seller for the first month.
Nightly entertainment, an elevated menu, and as far as the stroopwafels, well, that's up to chance.
You got to catch it. You just got to get lucky.
John says it's just a hobby for him, but given the lines that form when that scent travels through the hotel, he may just make it a regular occurrence. For TV 8 in Vail, I'm Avija Scarborough.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
It is the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Happy Wednesday, January 31st. I'm Kimberly Pro. In the studio with me today is the world-class athlete, also well-known around the Valley, Kevin Shields. But boy, do we have a second hour for you. In the second hour, we'll be talking to some artists, plus a certified holistic nutritionist here in studio. She's going to show us a delicious Valentine's Day recipe, plus much more. So hour 2 of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Well, good morning. Thank you for joining us today on Good Morning Vail. A lot of exciting things like Kim pointed out, but even more so in the weather. Everybody's going, oh, we need more snow. Well, let's see what's in the forecast. Getting up today, 24 degrees, a high today of 46 degrees. So that heat wave that's been moving through the valley is still in full force with that 46-degree temperature. So look at Vail by the hour. Things are really going to start to heat up probably between that 3 and 4 p.m. as we see those higher temperatures coming out. So when you dress today to go out and ski, don't have to layer as much, but it's going to be nice and warm. 66 in full sun in Denver. Great day in Denver. 46 in Vail, 47 in Avon, and 48 degrees in Eagle. So again, those warm temperatures still part of that heat wave. So we're really enjoying that. Tonight, a low of 19 degrees, sun setting at 5:24 p.m. So those days are getting just a little bit longer. Like I pointed out in the earlier part of the show, driving in today, it was so nice. The sun coming up over the mountains really highlighted the Rocky Mountains coming in today. So be careful, especially if you're driving to Denver. So that sunshine is coming over the hills just a little bit more that can impair your vision. So just be a little careful as that sun comes in. Looking at the 5-day, Thursday 45 degrees, Friday 43 degrees, and look at that snowfall starting to come in. 90% chance of snowfall on Friday, continuing through the weekend as we see very mild temperatures getting down to that perfect snowfall temperature of 34 degrees over the weekend, and then partly cloudy moving into Monday. That snow report, nothing reported in Beaver Creek over the last 48 hours. 135 inches for the season, 40-inch base, which gets a lot. Kim always says it's all about the base, and it is. So we're going to be skiing for quite a while. 25 lifts spinning over in Beaver Creek, 163 trails. That's 73% of the terrain. And again, over in Vail, nothing much happening over there in the last 48 hours. Again, a 50-inch base, so a lot to play on out there. 99% of the terrain open in Vail.
I'm ready to party.
I'm ready to party too. 30 lifts are open, 277 trails. A lot to happen over there.
You know, Kevin.
1 more percent, just a little bit.
You are so accurate with the weather, but the one thing you're wrong on is I do not say it's all about the base.
You always
that is
say
a
that.
Ross
You
line.
always say it.
He loves it. It's the best. But you know.
Yeah.
It's
Nobody likes to be Kim, and so that's why we say we give Kim the credit.
It is Ross's line. But anyway, speaking of the snow and all of the terrain and all the things, you need to make sure that you can see well.
Yeah, we've got sunshine, then we've got cloudy, then we've got snowfall coming in. Vision is precision.
Vision is precision, and you know who can help with that?
Eyepieces of Vail. Eyepieces of Vail out there. How many locations do they have now?
They have 8 across
the Vail
Valley.
Track. They keep opening more and more.
They really do, and they've got some in the Roaring Fork Valley now too. So we're taking over the entire Rocky Mountains.
And the experts there know everything about eyewear, about goggles, about helmets, whatever you need to get out there and enjoy and make the most of your experience on the mountain.
Well, one of the favorite products that we love.
Yeah, MFI.
MFI, magnetic face integration, which is great. These are the Anon goggles. And the best part about these goggles, I think, is that I think it's a magic trick.
Well, and just the ease of if you're out there and it's cold and you need the face mask up, you have it up, a little windy, and you pull it off, put it in your pocket, you're off and running. And then changing out the lenses. So you go from cloudy to sunny to cloudy again, like we're seeing. It's simple. Everything is integrated into this face mask, and it's easy to pull out this lens. It pops right out, and you put another one right back in. And that's how simple.
And look at how stylish it is. You know, I love the colors that they use. It's very unique. It's not just your standard, you know, orange or yellow or blue lens. It's got this really cool, like, opal sheen to it.
Yeah. And something great with Anon is they have numbers on their goggles that fit different sizes of faces. So you go in there and the experts at Eyepieces of Vail can help you design the goggle to fit your face, to fit the helmet that you're wearing, so you've got a full setup.
It's true, and they really are industry leaders in what they do with all of the magnetic technology. But very excited to head into the rest of the second hour. Yeah. I've got a great conversation we had here on the couch. Kevin and I are in the kitchen. This time we are watching somebody else take the lead on the recipe.
We're observers.
We are observers. I cannot wait to taste it, but it's going to be a fun second hour here in Good Morning Vail, so we'll be right back after this.
Good Morning Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
You know, health is so important, including so many different ways to take care of it. And that's from an internal perspective, from a spiritual perspective, from a mental perspective, and from a physical perspective. Joining me today on the couch is certified holistic nutritionist Laura Heflin, who's here to share all about the things that she does, plus to give a little bit of insight to her own story. Laura, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. So, very exciting stuff. You are an author, a podcast host, plus you also create recipes and coach people through their holistic health journey. So tell me about how you got started.
Wow, my journey started way back at the age of 19. I was battling an eating disorder, and I found myself actually at one point quite sick. So I had put my body through a lot of havoc, a lot of deprivation, a lot of over-exercising. Honestly, at the time, it wasn't anything to do with my health. It was strictly about the number on the scale. So over time, my body started rebelling, and I started having really nasty symptoms. You know, I had my hair thinning, I had joint pain, I was covered in psoriasis, crazy hormonal imbalances, and it was really the point in my life when I realized that if I kept going that direction, I was going to spiral and get to a place where I couldn't show up for my life. So I knew at the time I had to make a choice to continue spiraling or turn the other way. I didn't know where to turn though, and so I think, like many of us, I went on over to Dr. Google, and
Dr. Google, it's so true.
And I really remember the day I typed in the phrase or the question, what does a woman need to eat in order to thrive, in order to be healthy? And again, I didn't know where to turn, so Google was my answer at the time. And over time, as I was researching, and ironically, since I wasn't researching dieting or losing weight, I was researching health, what kept coming back to me was the medicinal powers behind eating real whole foods, like our ancestors used to eat, you know, from nature. And I think in our culture, we've just overcomplicated it so much. And I found it intriguing, like, that these foods I was being told they could heal me. So I had nowhere else to turn. And so that's what I did. I started slowly but surely incorporating these real whole foods into my diet. And after a few months, I started noticing my hair got thicker, my energy returned, my hormones balanced. And it was that moment that really my epiphany was the time in my life where I found healing through whole foods. And it was simple. And my husband was watching this on the sidelines, and he said, you are so passionate about this. You're in the kitchen, you're making recipes, you're so fired up about life, and you're so healthy now. Why don't you go get certified and help someone else?
That's
so
great.
That's really my backstory.
Well, you said people overcomplicate it, and that is the absolute truth. And especially for, you know, listening to your story, how young you were going through those things, and how we just make things so hard as a society to be healthy, and you got to do X, Y, Z, and this and that. We're not meant to make things too complicated.
And I think if it's not complicated enough, we think we've got it wrong.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. So talk to me a little bit about how you help patients. How many patients have you helped? You've been doing this for over 13 years now.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
So, wow, thousands of clients, honestly, at this point, and from all different walks of life. I mean, I've worked with teen girls up to 80-year-old clients as well. And I love my job because we're all on a different journey, but there is a way that we can cultivate health. And sometimes you just need the guidance. You just need someone to sit with you and say, hey, I can help you. I can make this applicable to your life. Let's come up with a meal plan. Let's ask your body questions and see what food your body's asking for, because we're not all the same. And that's, again, one thing with our dieting culture. We throw everyone into one big bucket where really, you know, we need to tune into our bodies and ask questions.
It's true. It's so important. Now, I was kind of reading through some of your principles, and you do a lot on intuitive eating. Can you give me a little bit of explanation around what that is?
Absolutely. And that was a huge part of my healing journey. So asking our body questions, you know, what you might be able to eat, my body might not be able to handle, and vice versa. And I think we have become so tuned out to our bodies and our culture that we're almost waiting for a diet trend or someone else to tell us what to do. But what we've lost the art of doing is asking our body questions. What is my body speaking to me and saying it needs? If I'm craving a sweet potato, there's probably something in that sweet potato my body's craving and needing. And we need to throw out the macros. We need to throw out the points, throw out this idea that any food group is bad or harmful. We just need to focus on eating the right forms and asking daily, like, what is my body craving? What is it needing? And the more we do that, it's beautiful to see that we can all heal. We can reach optimal health.
That's great. So you're an author, but you most recently have started a podcast. So you've got over 70 episodes of it. So tell me about your podcast.
Well, just recorded episode 82 last week. Very excited. So I call it my third baby, and it's my most recent project. It's 18 months old, and it's the Live Healthy with Laura podcast. You can find it on Apple, Anchor, Spotify, and really, my podcast is for everyone. I have to say, it's for the busy CEO. It's for the busy working mom that's driving to and from soccer practice, that's just looking for a way to, plug in for a few minutes a week and just gain some tools, some tips, some tricks on how to better care for their bodies. And again, I try to keep, it's so complicated in our culture. I try to simplify it, and so people can say, "Wow, I could do that. I could do that. I could pick up on this." Also, I have some amazing guests, but yeah, I really try to just reach everyone in a different way. Every episode, I think, can offer everyone something, and yeah, so
I love that. So you've got 82 episodes now. That's great.
Yeah, it's not aired yet, but yes, I recorded that.
Well, can't wait to hear that, and it drops weekly, right?
Yeah, every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It would be 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I really, truly love it. It's my passion. It's my project. When I've written my books, I've loved writing, but I love that I get to speak honestly and openly about whatever I'm passionate about. It's really an amazing platform. I'm very grateful.
That's true. Well, so not only are you focusing on the nutrition piece of it, but you've written 3 books. I'm so excited. Live Healthy with Laura. That's got 10 lifestyle principles, 30 recipes, which I'm very excited about because we're hopping in the kitchen shortly.
Excited.
And then you've got a couple of others on mental health as well as specifically focused on mothers. So, you love to write. What made you inspired to write these 3 books?
Probably the same mission behind my podcast. I just think that our culture has taught us that we have to accept a way of life that I don't believe we have to accept. I don't believe that we need to accept feeling okay, or I don't believe we need to accept pain or depression or inflammation or gut issues. I think that through all of these books and my podcast, I really just want to empower the audience to ask questions, to push back in our culture, in a culture that's told us to lay flat and accept a diagnosis or accept a way of life. I really want everyone to know they're allowed to ask questions, and they're allowed to ask the question why. So with mental health, with postpartum depression, with joint pain, right? Whatever it is. For instance, we can ask the question why as, one example would be like, I have this joint pain, right? But I want to know why. What is the root cause of my joint pain, of my postpartum depression, of whatever I'm dealing with? And what is the root cause? What can I do? What is my body lacking that it needs right now that I can give it in order to help it thrive, in order to help it recalibrate? And again, I think that if we can just ask those questions and get to the root cause, which is what Eastern medicine and the holistic world believes, that there's a root cause, we can find healing and we all can thrive. And we all deserve to live a full life.
Well, it's true. And holistic nutrition, I think, is the best way to say it. But you're a holistic health coach. It was how I would love to say it.
Yeah.
And it is all interconnected from a mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So very exciting. I'm so excited to get into the kitchen with you after the commercial break, because we are going to do one of the great recipes from your Live Healthy with Laura cookbook.
All whole food based and chocolate for any chocolate lovers out there.
I love chocolate, so I can't wait. Now stay tuned. We are going to hop in the kitchen after this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. and I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
And we just had a very informative segment right before the commercial break with Laura Heflin, certified nutritionist. So very exciting. She's got a cookbook called Live Healthy with Laura, and we are making the chocolate avocado mousse from her book.
Yes.
So can't wait. Kevin and I are usually in the kitchen.
I know, making a
sharing
mess.
the
Just it's a disaster, but we've got a professional.
We do. We've got Laura here to show us this awesome avocado chocolate mousse. So
yes.
very
Okay.
exciting.
So the ingredients are simple. That's the beauty of this recipe and all my recipes. They're whole food based. We don't count calories. We're not counting points. We're just eating real food like our ancestors used to eat, right? So we're going to start with...
I had horrible ancestors. They did not eat good at all. So this right here is going deep with me.
Do you want to be the avocado?
I'm the avocado guy.
Avocado.
Okay.
So this is great. You can literally all you need is a blender.
Yes, it's 6 ingredients. So this is, in a sense, if you love chocolate pudding, this is chocolate pudding. My kids love this. We love this. I actually created this recipe when I was pregnant with my son. And so just to go through the ingredients real quick, we have avocados, which are an amazing source of monounsaturated fat. Fats are so healthy for us, and we need to not shy away from them. Then we've got our cinnamon here, and this is incredible for diabetics. This actually stabilizes their blood sugar. Just fun fact, any recipe that you sprinkle cinnamon on will lower the glycemic index of that recipe or that whatever you're making, whatever dessert. So that's incredible, and it's loaded with fiber. This is monk fruit. This is a fruit in Asia, and this is basically it's a 0-calorie sweetener, and it's all natural, and so it's also amazing for diabetics. We got bananas, like I said, cacao. And cacao, for those that don't know, is not cocoa powder. So this is cacao. This is the raw cocoa bean. Has 40 times the antioxidants of blueberries, and it's loaded with fiber. And yeah, and so it's great. It boosts your iron.
So you're
Tastes wonderful too.
Yeah.
It does. So are you telling me I don't need to eat blueberries and I can just eat cacao powder? I love chocolate.
If you want, you can load up on this. I do. I have this in all kinds of recipes. Okay, so we got the avocado. You did great. Thank you.
Did I?
You
Kevin
did great.
is the expert avocado. He's the expert chopper on the show.
I'm gonna put you to work.
Okay, I got all these.
So I'm gonna. All right, and then do you want to dump?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm gonna peel.
This is so much fun. Usually I'm the one telling people what to do in the kitchen, so I love that I am the one being told what to do this time.
So it's simple. And bananas. I forgot about the bananas. Bananas are a great source of potassium. They also boost our serotonin. So winter blues, no more.
No more.
I'm gonna just dump it in.
Be happy.
As you see,
Eat a banana.
That is so
you do
easy.
not have to have confidence in the kitchen to do this recipe. You can do it with your 4-year-old. It is so easy. And like I said, it tastes really, really good. And if it goes in the fridge, it can be chilled for up to a week.
Okay.
So, whoop. Okay,
That's great. So it lasts for about a week.
It lasts for about a week. You can have it as a snack. You can have it for breakfast with a cup of coffee. It is fantastic for you.
Well, you know, we haven't had breakfast yet on the show, so
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this is breakfast.
You've not had breakfast. Well, we're going to talk after this episode, okay?
Uh-oh. You just set yourself up,
I think I just got in
Kim.
trouble.
Yeah.
You've not had breakfast either?
Yes, I did. I just don't want to get the lecture.
Kevin, we can't talk about our habits.
No.
Our morning habits. Great.
So,
got it in
all
there.
right.
Awesome.
And sometimes we get the seeds in there, and it is what it is.
Hey, you know, it's all natural.
It's all fiber.
All fiber.
Yeah. But I created this recipe years ago just because who doesn't love pudding in a cup, right?
I love pudding in a cup.
Yeah. And I have had a lot of clients say, well, I don't like avocados, Laura, so how would I don't know if I want to make this recipe. Here's the fun part. You don't taste the avocados.
Good.
You don't taste them. I promise you don't.
What about the banana? Can you taste the banana in the recipe?
Oh, no. Do you not like banana?
She loves it.
You
She
know,
loves
I don't mind it.
She's like a monkey.
It's not my preferred fruit.
Okay, so I think you can taste it a little bit, but it's not overpowering. I would say, and you know what, just for you, we're gonna add more cacao to this recipe, so
I
you
said that
don't,
intentionally.
so you don't taste it as much. Okay, and again, I think one reason people avoid the kitchen is they're just intimidated. They don't think that they know what to do, and it's again comes down to simple ingredients. Did we do 3 bananas? Or
We did.
Okay.
Yep.
We got an extra one.
Great.
And all right, now we're gonna do
Save that
cacao.
for Kim.
Oh, what am I doing? Can you actually? I should have all my recipes memorized, but I have too many.
Yes.
Can you? We're gonna go on. Okay, over to page, and you can get all my books wherever books are sold. But this guy,
So Amazon,
Amazon, Barnes and Noble.
Right there.
Page 103, we got the avocado mousse, okay? And so we did the 3 bananas, 3 avocados. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, okay? And again, this is amazing to lower the glycemic index of any meal, any recipe. Let's see, that's 1/4 teaspoon.
Laura, as I look through all the recipes in this book, it's all just natural, whole foods.
Yeah, you're not gonna
Amazing.
find calories. I won't tell you the calories because I don't know the calories of my own recipes. We're just eating real whole foods. And we're not, the thing with calories, you guys, is it's not a math equation, it's a chemistry equation.
Okay.
So, for instance, if we were to have the same amount of calories in potato chips, our body would completely treat this recipe or treat those calories from the potato chips differently. Our body can use this. It can utilize it and lose it. And this keeps us feeling amazing, right? It does so much for our body. And so we're boosting our antioxidants, we're boosting our energy. And now we can do that, or it doesn't matter, whatever.
Whatever you want.
So the order really doesn't matter.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
I think we're at...
Kevin's so excited.
Sorry,
I
you
can
wanna-
smell the
Yeah.
cinnamon coming
Yeah.
from this
Oh, no,
blender
do you
right
not
now.
like cinnamon?
No, I love
Okay.
cinnamon. So
Okay.
you mentioned
So
it
we
earlier.
have 1/3
1/3 cup of coconut milk.
Yep.
So all my recipes are dairy-free, minus like 2 of them. 2 of them, whoop!
I got it.
2 of them have a little bit of goat's cheese, but overall, it's not,
love
most of
goat's
mine are,
cheese.
yeah, most of mine are dairy-free. And then the last thing we're gonna add, the last 2 things are these guys. So we're gonna do our monk fruit.
Yep.
1 teaspoon.
Now, do you have to specifically measure the monk fruit out, or can you kind of eyeball it?
I would do it, I would measure it out, but here's the beauty of a recipe. You can't take away, but you can always add.
Yeah.
So if you find that you're making this recipe and you're like, oh, I want to add more chocolate, which is what we're going to do today because for the
Right.
sake of Valentine's Day.
Let's all be sweet.
Yeah, so we're going to do the 4 right, it's typically 4 tablespoons, but we're going to do, what do you guys want to do, 5 or 6?
Let's do 5 or 6. I'm into
Okay.
it. I love more chocolate.
You
How
cannot,
about 5 1/2? Let's just
let's
meet
do
in the
5
middle.
1/2. Do you like chocolate?
I love chocolate.
Okay.
So
Yes.
Good.
more the better.
So
That's great. So with this monk fruit sweetener, while you're putting in the cacao powder, so you can buy this in powder form,
powder
or
form,
liquid. I love
or
this
liquid. I drop that in my coffee. That's in my coffee every morning. It's in all of my recipes. It's a way to sweeten your food without adding. Again, I don't care about calories, but without adding empty calories.
Sure.
Refined sugar is very inflammatory, and this is again, it's from a fruit in Asia, and I lost count. Am I at?
Let's just add one more.
Okay, we're gonna add one more.
Who's counting?
Add all the chocolate, in my opinion.
Let's just dump the bag. Okay.
I don't even know what day it is,
now-
so let's.
So sometimes, okay, we're gonna mix it up and we're gonna see. These avocados were huge. We might need to add a little more coconut milk, but that's the beauty of this recipe is
I love that.
we're just gonna play with it.
Kitchen noises. Here we go. We're blending. 3, 2, 1. Let's go on medium.
It's
looking good, sounding good.
Oh yeah.
We got our spoons.
All right, let's see what this looks like. Probably could blend it a little bit more.
Yeah, let me see. So, yep. So because these bananas were big and the avocados were big, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna even measure it. I'm not gonna even measure it. I'm just gonna okay. So
just the holder.
And we're gonna play with it.
So good.
I play in the kitchen every Sunday. I'm in
Good.
the kitchen. I just have fun with it, and that's the beauty. Cooking is very relaxing, actually. I think it's fun just to
It is
just to
therapeutic.
toss
Yeah.
and taste. Yeah.
All right, blend some more. So what is, well, kitchen noises. What is the consistency that we're looking for?
So we're looking for pudding in a cup. Pudding in a cup consistency, like the pudding that we all had in our lunches when we were 5 years old. All right, so I'm gonna tell you real quick if we're good.
All right, here we go.
Looks great.
It's good. We're gonna, because you don't love bananas, we're gonna add a little more monk fruit because these bananas were really big.
They were.
I want to make you
Big
happy.
avocados, big bananas.
All right, blend that up.
I got it.
Get crazy this morning.
And then I think we're
Oversized
good.
foods.
You know, it's a running joke with my family about my distaste in bananas, but I like recipes that we throw them in, so this is going to be delicious. I can't wait to try it.
I hope so.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And it's better chilled, so it tastes better
Got
chilled.
it.
But
And it probably sets up a little more too when it.
yeah, it does.
It
Okay.
looks great.
So we're gonna go ahead and disperse.
Can't wait to try it. So
we have a spoon? Oh.
We've got a spatula here. This
Okay.
is great. I'm going to pull out the blade because, you know, danger in the kitchen. So this is great. It's very much like a cake batter, like pudding consistency.
Yeah.
And then if you really wanted it to solidify a little bit more, you just put it in the fridge. Right?
Yeah. So you stick it in the fridge, and again, you probably can't tell, but it looks like pudding.
It looks great.
So, all right, we're gonna.
It smells like pudding.
Actually, I'm just gonna dump.
Oh my gosh, it looks great.
It looks
Look
like
at that
pudding.
consistency.
Okay.
It's nice and
looks
light.
like pudding. I forgot my raspberry garnish. I apologize. I will tell you right now, my sister's watching, and so she's the one who stages all my food, and she is dying
It's
right
so
now.
nice. You
She's
remember to
dying.
mention your sister.
And my
'cause
sister-in-law
somebody
takes all
else
my pictures.
doesn't remember.
So I will tell you,
to mention their
my
siblings
passion
on
is for the
TV.
cooking. It's not for the beauty of it, like the aftermath. Is I have a team for that. I'm very blessed with my sister and sister-in-law. So hopefully they're.
Hey, it takes a village to make things happen.
It takes
right?
a village. Okay, hold
It
on.
really
I don't
does.
want you eating after me. All right. Now, all right. I'm sorry if you don't love bananas.
Oh, it looks delicious. I think this recipe is going to be absolutely incredible, so I cannot wait to try
Okay.
it.
All right,
Awesome.
should we cheers?
We
Cheers.
should cheers. Laura, great to have you in the kitchen.
Cheers.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Cannot wait to taste this
All right.
pudding.
Let's see.
Everybody at once, so we can't talk. I'll
It's
keep
good,
talking
right?
while you. How is it?
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Very delicious. And then you just pop it in the fridge. if
Pop
you
it in
wanted
the
to-
fridge. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I love it. And
Oh.
again, it's fantastic for kids, diabetics, whoever you are. They don't know the avocados are in there. You
That
just-
is pudding.
It
It's
is.
pudding.
And
it's
it's
pudding.
sweet, and it's
you ate
delicious.
so many superfoods in one recipe, 6 ingredients. So
I feel
yeah.
healthier already.
Live Healthy with Laura to find the recipe.
Yes.
Anywhere books are sold, you can
And
hop on her website.
The podcast, the Live Healthy with Laura podcast, I do a deep dive on how to cook in the kitchen as well.
That's
for
great.
those that need the confidence.
Well, Laura, love having you
Thanks
here.
for
It's so
having
great
me.
to see friends and family that are
I
paying attention,
know.
watching you take care of your community and others
Yeah.
around you. So really great stuff. Now head over to Laura's website, livehealthywithlaura.com, and her podcast. You can get all of her books, all of her recipes there, but we'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva8.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work with some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now, check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. If you just missed this last segment, we got to make some very good avocado, or as you call it, avocado pudding. Unbelievable with Laura. So she'll be back, I'm sure, with some more of those very healthy recipes. So let's take a look outside at that local weather. 24 degrees as you get up today, a high of 46 degrees. Again, that heat wave that's continuing through the valley is giving us some very nice temperatures to get out and enjoy some of the great skiing going on. Vail by the hour shows things heating up with that sunshine coming up, a little bit cloudy later on in the afternoon, but still some very nice temperatures out there. 66 degrees in Denver, full sunshine, 46 in Vail, 47 in Avon, and 48 degrees over in Eagle as we get to enjoy some of that nice weather out there. Tonight, the low is only going to be 19 degrees, sun setting at 5:24 p.m., so those days just stretching out a little bit more. This is what's fun to see in the forecast. A little bit of snow coming our way. So tomorrow going to see 45 degrees again, some nice temperatures out there. But as we move into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we get some of that snowfall coming in and those nice snow temperatures, 34 degrees, not too cold, lows down there in the mid-20s, and then we see that 13 degrees in Sunday. So a lot of nice temperatures out there, but again, some of that much needed snowfall coming our way. Now, we've got Vail Vibes, that great segment we have on here on TV8. We never know where Avija is going to be, but she gets out into some galleries. So that art that warms the heart to end out this January, we'll check on Avija and see what she's looking at out in the local galleries.
Come on.
friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avisha Scarborough here. Now, if you've spent any time in Vail, you know that we have a vibrant art community here. And the latest addition to that community is a brand new contemporary art gallery with a long family legacy.
When Courtney Olson stepped into the role of curator and gallery director at Relevant Galleries, she was following in her family's footsteps.
My great uncle, Paul Zucker, he moved out from North Dakota to Denver very early on in his career, and he fell into the art world. He loved the art world. He, in his home, he has Moreaus and Picassos and just great, incredible artists. And he is a key collector in Denver in the art scene. And so when he started the gallery business, one of their next openings was actually in Aspen. And so my parents both got involved in that. And then you don't realize when you're sitting at the dinner table how much you pick up when you're little about the art world. And so I just joined 3 years ago. So we're a 3-generation family firm.
Their parent company, AD Galleries, has 11 established galleries throughout the Southwest. Courtney says she got to discover and choose a variety of emerging artists for this location.
That's the fun part. That's the fun part. We are always looking for artists. We probably get about 1,000 artist submissions every single year. And so typically in the springtime, we'll sit down, our executive team and each of our directors at all of our galleries will say, hey, this is what our clientele is wanting, this is what they're needing. And so we'll go through artist submissions, we'll go out to fun artist shows and figure out, who's selling and what are people wanting in the area. Especially big name artists, you want to get attached to those, but then also it's supporting the local artists, it's supporting the emerging artists. Like we just brought in an artist that's right behind me. His name is Jeffrey Gersten. He is definitely, I would say, more of an emerging artist, but incredible oil painter. I mean, his pieces look like photographs, and he is out of Arizona. And so it's that fine balance of showing both sides. So this gallery it's a show gallery. It's meant to show kind of the best work out of, I think we have 6 different artists in here right now. And so really going through and finding those pieces that are that wow factor that people stop and they're like, I want this in my house. Pretty much every single artist we do have in here is extremely contemporary. We have everything from wall sculptures to abstract paintings to one of the top Native American artists that is more that contemporary oil painter in the front. And so it does have a really unique mix where someone could easily choose one from each artist and have their whole home done.
Their sister galleries, Gibb Singleton in Vail and Relevant's Denver location, are known for representing the very popular David Yarrow.
He has just very interesting background from going from North American wildlife and South American wildlife into these new storytelling scenes that are very cinematically driven. It's like a little movie set inside of a photograph. We had some clients that actually got to go up to one of his shoots up above Leadville, and he did a Leadville shoot up there, which was pretty incredible. And it was that Southwestern, but it was like Cara Delevingne and a pair of skis walking outside of the saloon, and it's so creative. And I think that's a big part of his work and who he is, but also when you hear him speak, you're like, this man is a genius.
And if you want to meet David Yarrow, Russell Young, or any of the other artists, keep an eye on the Relevant Galleries website for upcoming events.
We're looking forward to doing a lot of incredible events. We have almost every single one of the artists that we have represented in here. We're going to be doing a show with them. We're going to be flying them in for a weekend, doing a show, having live music, bartender, all the fun things that you hope for a gallery show. But we'll be having, and it's really special to be able to meet the artist. And we're a very strong believer in you have to meet the artist to understand the art. When you meet the man behind the magic or the woman behind the magic, that's a whole different story.
Sounds incredible. We can't wait to dive deeper into the art and learn the stories of these talented artists. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
It is National Warm Your Heart with Art Day, and boy, we are doing that here on this morning edition of Good Morning Vail. We love looking at all of the artists and the galleries around town, and so we've got a feature on the artist Britton at the C. Anthony Gallery. Let's take a look.
Who you are and what kind of art you do. Do you want to give them a brief overview?
Sure, I'd love to. Let's see. Well, my work is definitely interpretive. It's about your experience with it. It's not about anything in particular. It's a feeling, and I want it to evoke a memory in you that feels good, something that you cherish, a reflection of you personally. So it's important for me, for you to have the experience with the art. It's not really about me when I finish the piece, it's all about you.
Which I think is so cool and such a unique way to look at the art. Now, we have a great organization here. It's called the Vail Symposium, and they did this incredible program years ago where they brought a neurologist in, a art collector, and a curator to a gallery, and they talked about how pieces of art can take you to the same state as meditation can. And
Absolutely.
I feel like you capture that so well in your art.
Yeah, that's the state I'm in when I paint. People always ask me that. I'm in this state of total bliss. Like, I'm in my bubble, and I don't think about anything. It truly is that place of personal serenity, and I just surrender to that space of nothingness where everything is possible, and what comes out is totally organic, and it just flows, and I don't fight with it. I just allow it, And that's the magic, you know, and I like to think that is what people pick up when they experience the art, is it takes them back into themselves, into that same space where they can feel good and remember something awesome.
Which I think is so unique, and I think that's one of the special parts about your art. And you have had this wonderful collaboration with C. Anthony Gallery for quite some time because you do such an amazing job, and you have so many different pieces and so many different sizes, so people can really come and find that perfect piece to make their house a home.
Yeah, I've been here a long time, 17 years, which is
amazing.
Hard to believe. It makes me feel a little old, but that's good.
No, it's so cool to see that you're such a well-known local artist and you have such a beautiful collection here. And then you've got a really unique piece up front that's going to benefit Battle Mountain right now that we should talk about.
We should talk about that. Yep, sure. Yeah, I mean, everything is about the layers, so it's all about the experience. And I feel that way with this gallery, too. Every year is built on itself and evolved into something really beautiful.
Which we love to see, and we love to get to take the time to chat with you and learn all of this great information, because I feel like you're such a strong inspiration to so many. And I feel like this piece that you are donating to Battle Mountain is such a unique piece that's going to help those kids who truly look up to you as an artist kind of get their footing in maybe the art world.
Yeah, it's basically you can sponsor a student to go on their annual trip to LA for art enrichment. They're going to a bunch of different museums, and hopefully it'll just light that spark within, and we'll get some future artists out of it.
Now, as you were kind of finding your footing in your career, who were some of the artists that inspired you the most?
Oh, that's a good question. I've got a handful. I definitely resonate with Mark Rothko a lot for color theory and just the emotion of color. Caravaggio back in the Renaissance for just that deep, dark richness and the play of light. Like, I love the contrast and the drama that he created. And then I think Gustav Klimt is also an influence as far as just the metallics and kind of the design that lays in the fabric of everything. And then maybe one more is Frida Kahlo, just for her radiance and power.
Love Frida. She's one of my favorite artists to this day.
And her rebellious spirit,
Right.
I think that's important.
It's one of those things that draws you into an artist, and that's one of the appeals that you have for so many people, because your art does resonate with that simple side, that peace, that remembering of a moment.
Universal language. Yeah, that's what the universal language of art is really inspiring.
Which, if you had to pick a highlight moment of your career, which would you pick?
A highlight moment. There are many. I would say one of the first that I really still cherish is there was a family that came in. Gosh, this must have been the first year I was showing in the gallery, and one of my very first paintings that I really had an emotional attachment to. It was something that I had just kind of discovered what I do now, just really putting my heart and soul into it and letting it be, allowing it to happen, and surrendering to that whole process. And this family came in, and they actually saw, they had just lost one of their children, and they had an experience with the art where they felt that child in the painting. And I will never forget that, because it was just, I realized then that the power of what a piece of art can evoke, and the peace that they found in that, knowing that he was safe and had moved on. And that one, that's a heavy one, but it's that one will stay with me forever.
I just got head to toe goosebumps, and my eyes, I feel like, are starting to water as well. And that's one of those moments where you've made the right choice and the right steps in your career path, because you are doing what you love and you're being in the place that you love and you're having these moments where you do get to fully surrender, but you're also helping people find that peace and find that, wonderful moment where that art is going to make that house a home.
Yeah, it's so far beyond me, It's above all of that.
You are such an inspiration. Your work is absolutely breathtaking, and you can see the power that it holds within you and then within the people that are interested in it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with us and giving me all this great information. I still have goosebumps.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Snooki and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
You don't even know. Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Look at the weather. This is what's very exciting coming up tomorrow. Again, that heat wave continuing Thursday, 45 degrees, partly sunny, but then the clouds start to move in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The temperatures start to dip a little bit, and we're going to see some snowfall coming in. And we're looking again, Kim, at that 100% mark for Vail.
It's coming. 100% party.
Not
next
99.
week.
It's just 99. I don't even know what we're going to do. It's going to be exciting.
I've got the balloons. I'm going to inflate them.
Oh,
Here we go. We
a
are
lot
ready.
of hot air over here. So we're going to have those balloons inflated, no problem.
You know, Kevin.
You don't even like me
It's
anymore.
just been a comedic hour here on the second hour of Good Morning Vail. And boy, it was a fun one. We loved having Laura Heflin in the studio.
Yeah.
Her energy was great. Her message is great. And it's so important to really look at health from a holistic perspective.
Absolutely. Listen to your body, and her cookbook is amazing because it's simple.
Yeah, it is.
But it's very impactful for your health. So one thing to look at.
It really is. And, you know, lots of important conversations were had, I think, today. And
absolutely.
We need to break the mindset of diet culture. But, you know, but that being said, it is Warm Your Heart with Art Day. We had a lot of art on the show as well.
My
and as
heart
always,
is warm.
Kevin and I are having a blast. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.